I'm thankful that as believers, we can see God working and answering prayer and supplying needs, even in this current crisis with the COVID 19 pandemic. The Bible says in the book of Lamentations that God's mercies are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. And I hope that when you wake up in the morning, you think about that. You just look out for the new mercies of God. But let's face it, in this fallen, broken world in which we live, every good thing that happens seems to have a downside. I was reminded of that just this week as I got a thrilling text from our missionary Laverne Wall, and she was rejoicing that finally, after more than 10 years of waiting, her husband Stuart had gotten permission from the insurance company to have a liver transplant that he so desperately needs. But in the same text in which she shared that, she asked prayer for the family of the donor. And I was reminded, in order for Stuart to have his life preserved with this donated organ, that somebody was going to have to give their life. Many of us have been the beneficiaries of stimulus checks and payroll protection plan provisions from our government in recent days. But you know what? Even though that has eased our financial burden, our children and grandchildren are going to have to pick up the tab for trillions of dollars of debt. I enjoyed going to the gasoline pump and filling up my tank at $1.60 or $1.70 a gallon. I hadn't seen those prices in a long, long time. But wait a minute, thousands of people are losing their jobs in the oil industry, and probably entire companies are going to go bankrupt. They'll never come back. I think all of this should cause us to long for heaven more, not to escape the trials of the earth. We don't need to be impatient. We have the grace of God that is sufficient. We're promised that. But we need to set our affection on things above and not on things of the earth. Because in heaven, nothing's going to spoil it. In heaven, there won't be any fly in the ointment. We won't have to dread that the other shoe is going to drop. And the thing that makes heaven perfect is the faultless Christ. So let's set our affections on things above, not on things on the earth, because Jesus is in heaven.